Hey, what up, guys? Now, what's next? The series continues. Talking about Andrew Cancio today, the newly crowned WBA regular super featherweight champion. Now, I know, who the fuck is Andrew Cancio, right? That's exactly what I said going into his fight with Alberto Machado on DAZN on February 9th. I had no clue who the guy was. I do my homework and go back and look at resumes and see, what he's done. He's been in a ring with a couple decent fighters, but lost to them. Most notably Joseph Diaz, who he got stopped by in the 9th round back in 2016. Now, heading into the fight with Machado, I mean, you guys might not know Machado very well either, but he's being groomed by Miguel Cotto. He's a Puerto Rican fighter, undefeated coming in. Got very good power, and was a big-time favorite coming into this fight. And he scored a knockdown early, so it looked like he was in control and cruising to an early win. And then he got hit with some shots in the 3rd round, especially one key straight left hand by Cancio that really seemed to zap the energy out of the guy. And in the 4th round, Cancio just poured it on. He knocked him down 3 times and stopped him. And big-time upset right here, guys. Big-time upset. This is a Rocky Balboa type upset. I mean, nobody saw this coming. Obviously Machado's not Apollo Creed, but he was a very good undefeated fighter. But a couple key things went into the reason this fight happened the way it did. Machado has struggled to make 130 pounds. He was considering moving up to lightweight last year. He's a big fighter for 130, big frame. So, not surprised that he said it was very hard to make the weight. I'm not surprised by that. I don't think that's an excuse. I think that's an actual fact. So much so that he didn't even know if he wanted a rematch, because he has an immediate rematch clause in the contract that does Machado. So what's next for Andrew Cancio? Well, it could be a rematch Alberto Machado. And if that were to happen, don't be surprised if Cancio beats him again, because Machado it has struggled to make weight. He would be the favorite going into a rematch, but he struggled to make weight. And, I really look at Machado and what he's done. He hasn't done that much. You guys got to understand that. He really hasn't done much. He knocked out Jezreel Corrales back in 2017. That was his career-defining win. Big-time win, too. Corrales is a very good fighter. But he caught Corrales with one in that fight. He was getting outboxed and outclassed, and a little careless, and ran right into a left hand by Machado, which is his money punch. And he got the 8th round knockout win and won the world title. So, outside of that, he doesn't have any big names on his resume. So, don't be surprised if Cancio pulls off the upset again. Now, what are the other options? Well, right now, I truly believe a mandatory fight with Rene Alvarado is going to happen if Machado does not exercise his rematch clause. Alvarado's a mandatory #1 contender right now. He established that. He's going into this fight. He should be next in line. Granted, Machado doesn't cash in on his mandatory rematch. So, and I think Cancio's got a good chance against Alvarado, a veteran fighter, been around the block, but he's lost before. And I like Cancio's style, so I really wouldn't be surprised if Cancio were to retain the belt against Alvarado. I think it'd be a pretty good action fight, too. And then I think the third most likely option is WBA super champion Gervonta Davis. I think Cancio's the kind of guy, wasn't expecting this to happen. He was he works, he has his own side job. Boxing isn't even his main stream of revenue. Got a big upset, and I think he'd like to cash in by taking on a big name like Gervonta Davis. So I think that's really on the back of his mind. Outside of those 3 options right there, I don't think there's much on the table for Cancio right now. Possibly a rematch with Joseph Diaz if he wanted it. On DAZN, it'd be a good way to get Diaz a world title. But again, I think he's got mandatory duties or or a bigger name fight with Gervonta Davis, and I don't think he's tied down to Golden Boy. And if he is, then you could probably see Diaz or one of those fights happen. But I really like this guy's. I really like his story and how he pulled off the upset, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does next. So I know you guys don't know him very well, but Andrew Cancio, undefeated, or not undefeated, but WBA regular super featherweight champ, impressive performance. We'll see what he does next. All right, guys.